I want to touch base with you about these very elusive Biden crimes, which we just can't seem to find any evidence of whatsoever. In the excitement of the Iowa caucus and next week's New Hampshire primary and constant rallies from Trump, DeSantis, and Nikki Haley, you might have not noticed that the big Biden criminal discoveries are going absolutely nowhere. They still don't have any evidence against Joe Biden linking him to any crime. They still don't even know for sure that crimes took place, never mind that Joe Biden was involved in any way. Now, bless her heart, Maria Bartiromo from Fox News continues to look for the evidence. And I have to tell you, even though she's completely debased herself and humiliated herself and fallen from grace from where she used to be as a really good financial reporter 20 years ago, she is still asking Republicans, what's the best evidence you've got? She's asked Nancy Mace. She's asked James Comer. She's asked all of these figures that are determined to get Joe Biden for the crimes that he supposedly committed. She continues to ask them for the evidence. And every single one of them is unable to provide any evidence. Here's another really great example of this. And there's going to be some linguistic gymnastics performed here by Republican Congressman Scott Perry. Maria asks Scott Perry, what is the most damning evidence pointing to Joe Biden's corruption? And listen to what Perry says and how he just moves on without actually giving any evidence. It sounds like he's saying something. He's not. Take a listen to this.
So what can you get out of that closed-door meeting? I want to get your take on evidence so that the audience understands this investigation. What would you say, because you and your colleagues have said money laundering, bribery, influence peddling, what would you say is the most damning evidence to prove these things?
Well, the most damning evidence, of course, is the bank statements and the financial transactions. Their claims can be one thing, but banks, generally speaking, don't lie. They're trying to comply with the law. They don't want.
So we're going to listen to the rest of it, but see what he did there? He says the most damning evidence is bank statements and financial transactions. And then he just moves on. He doesn't present any of the evidence. Sure, there are bank statements. I'm sure that they apply to Joe Biden's accounts. Yes, there are records of financial transactions. He's not even naming a crime, never mind telling us how the evidence connects Joe Biden to it. But he's able to just rant and continue, and you'll notice the evidence is non-existent.
The investigators in there accusing them of wrongdoing. So they're keeping track of all these financial transactions, including the over 170 suspicious activity reports. We want to talk to Hunter about those things and corroborate those stories and link them to the transactions to see what's true or not. And the only way to do that.
Now, on the screen, this is so great. On the screen, it says evidence against President Biden, 20 million in payments from foreign sources. They have not demonstrated that at all. They have no evidence of that. It then says Hunter Biden's messages and the infamous DC dinner. This is, it's so hard to keep track of, but I believe this is when someone Hunter was having dinner with said hello to Joe Biden on the phone, which is not evidence of any crime. And they still haven't been able to point to anything that was involved. No quid pro quo, nothing. And then lastly, this image on the screen that they put up says whistleblower testimony. The whistleblowers, I don't even know that we can call them whistleblowers, but the whistleblowers have also not provided any evidence of Biden crimes.
Look, it's like I tell many people, the House Oversight and Judiciary Committee is not really interested in Hunter Biden's malfeasance or his lawlessness. That's up to the Department of Justice. What we're interested in is what he has to say and to corroborate the information that would implicate his father in potentially bribery or money laundering.
Potentially is a critical word there. Potentially bribery or money laundering.
And or influence peddling. That's what we're interested in. And he's one of the only people that can actually provide that information.
Years of this, years of saying, well, we're going to look into the influence peddling. We need to do that. Have you found a single policy that was made, changed, or modified in any way by Joe Biden in exchange for money or to help his son Hunter. No, we haven't found that yet. We have to be really clear as people on the left about this. You can say Joe Biden is not progressive enough, or he's too far left for your taste, or what the economy's not as good as what you, that's all fair. Okay. I might disagree with much of it, but it's all fair. But when they talk about this crime stuff, the Republican run Judiciary Committee has not even identified any crimes yet in everything that they have done. Forget about Biden for a second, Joe Biden. That Judiciary Committee has not yet identified any crime. The next question is, if they identified a crime, could they connect Joe Biden to it? But that question isn't even where we are. We're at, has the Judiciary Committee identified any crime? And the answer is no. And if you listen carefully to these interviews, you realize it.